Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Small Streamer Diaries, the podcast. Today, I have with me my friend, Captain Clutch. Cap, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. What's new with
My
you?
pleasure.
What are you playing lately?
Lately I've been playing a lot of shooter games like Fortnite, and I played a little bit of Elden Ring. That was fun. So
Yeah,
I've been playing kind of like
a
whatever, honestly.
variety.
Yeah,
Yeah,
since switching over to YouTube
yeah.
a
How's
little
Elden
different.
Ring? I still haven't played that game.
It's good. It was fun. Very difficult. A
Yeah,
lot of
I've
deaths,
heard
but
that.
it's fun. I like it. I like a challenge.
Did you play the other games that were like it, like Dark Souls or
No, I
Bloodborne?
need to though. I
I
need to.
Yeah, me neither. I played Bloodborne for like 5 minutes, but it was too hard, and I was like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
even Elden Ring just starting. I think the first time that I had streamed it, I had like 300 deaths in a week, which was terrible.
Wow, that's a
Yeah, it
lot.
was it was a lot. But it's such a weird game because most games if I die, I'm just like, "Oh, whatever, no big deal." But like this
Yeah.
game frustrates you so bad because you can get a boss down to like the littlest health and you can have a bunch of health, and then if you get greedy, it'll like the boss will just absolutely decimate
Yeah.
you. So you have to kind of
Be
play
really
it out right.
careful.
Yeah, it's
Be
very
very
strategic.
defensive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
timing is important.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like it when games get too difficult because then I'm not having fun anymore. And I play games to have fun.
Yeah, Elden Ring is different because it's like although you die so much, you get this huge amount of like satisfaction whenever you do beat the boss.
Yeah.
And it's like overwhelming. I don't know if you've ever like played Fortnite or a shooter game and gotten a win, but that feeling that you get when you get a win from killing like all those people and all of the challenges that you face during the game, that's kind of what you get except times 10 because the boss is so freaking difficult.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling when you do defeat it.
That's what people tell me about Dark Souls and Bloodborne too.
Yeah,
They're like, but it feels so good when you finally beat that boss, but
it does.
still haven't done it. All right, maybe I'll try it sometime. All right, so Cap has been on the podcast before a couple of times. The first episode he was on was about how to build a community. So if you haven't watched that, please go watch it. And he does a whole introduction of himself. So if you don't know him, just go watch that episode because I'm not going to have him do another intro.
Watch all of her podcasts.
Watch all of my podcasts
right now.
right now before you watch it. You're not allowed to watch or listen to this podcast until you go watch or listen because it's on Spotify and on YouTube. And recently, Cap was also on another episode about how to stay positive as a streamer and content creator because Cap is one of the most positive people I know, but like in a more realistic way, you know what I mean? Because I see a lot of like what I call like false positivity out there, which is like people just going like, yeah, you just go grind out those streams, bro. You can make partner in like a month. And I'm like, this is like not realistic.
Yeah, look, I'm a simple man, and I'm kind of old fashioned when it comes to that sort of thing. If I give you my word, I mean it. If I tell you something, and I tell you that, like, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm old fashioned in that. I believe in morals and all of that sort of thing now. So yeah, I'm not going to spread false positivity or anything like that. I'm gonna tell you what it is and the truth, man.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why you were good for that episode because it was more like a genuine positivity. It's not just like false positivity where you're like happy all the time. Yeah. Because you do also tweet about stuff like, how you get demotivated, you get kind of like stuck making content.
Human,
yeah. Yeah.
I haven't really been on the outside stream grind in a while. I've been focusing on business lately, so I haven't really had a chance to really I've kind of fallen off on Twitter, if I'm being honest, and other social medias. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, you'll get back to it soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so this episode is going to be very similar to my last episode. So if you haven't seen my last episode or listened to it, maybe you listen to it on Spotify. Although Spotify does have video podcast now, so I basically just upload the entire video. It's just like uploading to YouTube.
Interesting.
And so if you haven't watched / listened to the last episode, I interviewed another streamer, LMNOP. She was on Twitch and she is slowly transitioning over to YouTube. And I interviewed her. Yeah. It's spelled out too. Yeah, it's spelled out like the alphabet, like LMNOP, but it's like spelled out. So it's like ELIMEN.
That's cool though. I like that.
Yeah. I just call her L. Most people just call her
creative.
L because it's like, yeah, because it's easier just to say L than LMNOP, and then people are like, what, like the alphabet? Although she does call like her community is like called the alphabet. So like when you follow her or like subscribe to her, she's like, oh, you joined the alphabet, you know, like.
Nice.
Yeah, she's very creative.
Learn, kids.
Yeah, and she was a teacher, so maybe that's where that comes from.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I interviewed her about why she made the switch from Twitch to YouTube. She still like is on Twitch a couple times a week, but she's gonna slowly transition over to YouTube. And I didn't spend too much time on Twitch, you know, lately since I left. I haven't spent too much time over there, but I still like follow Elle on all her socials and stuff. And I saw she had an announcement about moving over to YouTube, and I was like, okay, I should go, you know, interview some people about why they moved. I like, you know, I don't want it to just be me talking about how bad Twitch is and how good YouTube is. I mean, I could do that, but I need some other people to, you know, back me up on that. But I mean, it's not just going to be like Twitch bad, YouTube good. Like if somebody out there like went from YouTube to Twitch, like I'd love to interview you because I like to hear all kinds of perspectives on my channel. But however, this episode is not that because Cab went from Twitch to YouTube. So we're going to do a very similar episode to last time. It's just with a different person because everybody has their own unique story. Everybody has their own different perspectives, right? So, you know, Cap's answers are not going to be the same as LMNOP's. Well, they might be. I mean, I don't know, but it would be actually even more impressive if they were like exactly the same. And I'd be like, hey, how'd you guys do that?
Me and LMNOP, you know, we got together before this podcast.
You cheated off each other. You copied each other's answers.
Yeah.
All right. So my first question for you, Cap, is how long were you on Twitch?
Almost like right at 3 years, I think. Okay. 3 years, yeah.
And you went to Twitch right after you left Mixer?
Mixer. Yeah, I streamed on Mixer for a very short time. I think I streamed on there for 4 months or 5 months, and then they closed down. It might have been less time than that. I'm not really sure. It's been so long. And then I switched actually to YouTube. I tried to stream on YouTube. And at the time, it was like there was nothing there at all. So it was kind of like a blank sheet of paper. And I was like, I don't want to get used to this. And Mixer was kind of, I really liked Mixer. Mixer was so good, man. And if people haven't streamed on or never got a chance to stream on Mixer, they truly missed out with what streaming could have been. If Mixer would have taken off, it would have been so much better than Twitch, hands down. Anything out there, I think better than Kick or anything. But anyways, it's dead now, so that's in the past. But yeah, I started on Mixer, then went to YouTube, then went back to Twitch. I made an account on Twitch before Mixer, but I didn't like Twitch at first, so I went to Mixer. And everyone was like, "Oh, you better switch over." And it was like right when I was first joining streaming. So I figured that, well, I better do what everyone else is saying. So I did. And anyways, Mixer failed. I went to YouTube and ultimately landed back on Twitch and streamed for 3 years. So that's kind of my time on there. And I was also making content on YouTube. So.
Yeah. So I did not get to see Mixer, actually, now that you mentioned it. I never got to see Mixer because it went up and down before I even like started looking at streaming. Like at the time that Mixer was up, I like was just getting to hear of streaming, but I wasn't really like watching anybody yet. And then Mixer shut down. So what was so good about Mixer?
You know, I don't know. It's just like the layout of the buttons were almost dumbified, you know, to where it's like they were big and bright. You know, everything was so easy to navigate. You didn't have, you know, you go on Twitch sometimes, you go to your profile and then you have to like scroll through 5 different things just to find like the right
Hmm.
setting for all of your stuff. It wasn't like that on Mixer. Everything was super cut and dry, perfectly placed.
So very user
It
friendly.
was, yeah, very user friendly, very easy to find. The only thing that was a little tricky was, which honestly at that time, Twitch integrations weren't what they are now. I mean, they still weren't the best, but Twitch still had a little bit better integration. But Mixer was kind of struggling with the integrations. They had some, but you had to kind of be a little tech savvy with the stuff. And I had just gotten tech savvy with my Mixer about section, and then they closed it
Oh
down.
no.
So yeah,
Oh
had like
man.
they had all kinds of stuff that would like you could have like people interacting with your screens and stuff, and some integrations were actually really good on Mixer, but
Yeah.
I haven't really seen the same kind of stuff since then. So
Yeah.
kind of weird, you know. They had I think embers and stuff like that, and it would like burn on the side of the. It was cool. It's just
Yeah. Oh
I don't know
man.
how to explain it.
I
You
wish I
know,
could have seen it. Maybe I can
yeah,
like look
it's
up
just
some old
different.
videos of somebody like recording Mixer or something and look at
It's
it.
kind of like comparing TikTok to Vine. You know, like
Yeah.
if you had to go back in time, it's like, well, TikTok is like way more user friendly, way better than Vine was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that. And I feel like Mixer, had they polished, had they had more financial backing, had they had more money, and actually consistently went with their plans, they would have been better than any platform to date
Yeah.
right now. Yeah, like they were good, man.
So
But
at the time that you left Mixer, or Mixer shut down,
mhm.
were there any other streaming platforms other than Twitch and YouTube? I guess Facebook Gaming must have been there, right?
Facebook gaming, yeah. So like after Mixer shut down, they sold out to Facebook. So they went to Facebook gaming, and had a few people tell me like, "Oh man, Facebook might be the future with gaming." But then like I was on Facebook on a bunch of these like different gaming pages, and it was all just all of them were just follow for follow pages pretty much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, there's just and anytime I went to like a live stream on Facebook, there was really nothing to do in the chat. And then not only that, but the quality wasn't that good. And then I heard about people not getting paid. And then I heard about um, just different issues that had come with Facebook gaming. That there wasn't a whole lot of really like big streamers. And then I had heard about a bunch of the big streamers switching over to Twitch. So it's like, well, I might as well just go to Twitch if everyone's going there. So that's what I ended up doing. And then obviously I streamed there for 3 years. So
Okay. So at the time, Twitch was really only like the only viable streaming platform
yeah, there
that
was
you
there
had
was
at the
other
time.
platforms, kind of like Trovo, like
Oh,
how
did Trovo exist then?
Trovo didn't exist then, but there was other platforms like Trovo that had come out and was like, hey, we'll offer 85,
Yeah.
15 or whatever, or 75, 20, whatever. They were offering better deals than Twitch, but that was just a short term promo just to get people to join. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously all sites do that, which I'm surprised that Kick is still kicking it with 95.5.
Yeah.
Kind of shocking. So they've done a really good job with setting that up. So
Yeah. So when you first started streaming on Twitch, what did you think of it?
when I first started, I was still I streamed only FPS games, so Call of Duty, Apex, Valorant, because I was really good. I was spending like 13 hours a day playing. I would get off work, game, stay up all night. Anyways, that's what I played, and I've been playing FPS like my entire life. I was really good. I still am pretty good.
Hmm.
I don't play as much.
Yeah.
Um, so I did that, but I was only getting like I got to affiliate on my 7th day, so I got to affiliate really fast. Um, but then I was only averaging like I don't know five viewers to 7 viewers maybe. And it just seemed like I was just struggling so bad. And on a good day, I would have like 13. And I was doing everything I could. I was trying to constantly change stuff. I got into the whole streamer mindset that, oh, if I just switch my
Mm.
camera around or my the overlays around, then I'm gonna have like 15 extra
Mm.
people. And I didn't really understand how the game worked, right? I just did it. Well, then after a while, I realized I'm like, well, I just found out that FPS is probably the worst category to grow on. Twitch is a very kingsmanship platform, which means that if you're at the top, you're going to stay at the top, meaning you have to dominate the top row of the game that you play in order to attract more people to your page. That's the only way you can grow from the platform itself, unless you're obviously advertising and talking to people and getting more people to your channel. That's different. Just from the platform itself, that's how Twitch works. So I noticed some key differences. So after a while, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try out this game called Valheim. It's an adventure building crafting game. There's only like 800 people playing it versus Call of Duty. There was like 50,000 people playing it, or 100,000, whatever. And so I noticed that when I went to Valheim, within just a few weeks, I'd bumped up to like 30 viewers. Not even. It was like 20, 25, somewhere in there. And I was just like mind blown by that. I was like, oh, wow. It was like a boost of adrenaline. So I just kept streaming that. And I eventually switched over to only streaming adventure building crafting and kind of did my loop of games. So yeah, that's what I did on Twitch.
Yeah. Okay. And how did you like Twitch when you first started, like as a platform?
I didn't think it was bad. I mean, like I said, before Mixer, I had a Twitch account, but I didn't like the UI. I didn't like how it was set up. I loved Mixer so much better, the way it was set up, better than I did Twitch. But ultimately, when I came back to Twitch, I kind of was, there was no other, like you said, there's no other options out there. YouTube was still kind of in its very, very infant stages of streaming. Mixer was I mean, there was Facebook gaming, but there were so many issues with it at that time. And then there's Twitch, which was still offering an incentive for partnership. Excuse me, at I believe 70-30. So I had an incentive to work hard towards partner,
Yeah.
Obviously that's changed a whole lot since then. So yeah, Twitch, I was kind of left with like, well, do you want to stream or do you not want to stream? And I really wanted to give it a good go. I really wanted to try out streaming. So Twitch was really my only option. So I had to kind of suck it up, buttercup, and get used to it. So that's what I did. And I mean, I don't think it was really a struggle. I think it just took a little bit of getting used to, just like any other platform. So
okay. And at what point did you start thinking about moving to another platform from Twitch?
So like you're talking about YouTube, like what made me think about switching to YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, the the recent decisions with Twitch did not help, but also I've been playing adventure building crafting games for a long time, and my brain is very funny. I've got a very complex brain. I'm not calling myself smart or anything, but I'm always thinking about something. And video games, as you know, kind of helps us feed certain parts of our brain. If you're a very creative person, you might like building games. If you're a very competitive person, you might like shooter games, that sort of thing. So I found myself in this position where I was only playing adventure building crafting games on Twitch. And although I had, at one time, I was averaging 60 something viewers, which was really nice. I did that for like a whole month or two. And they kind of declined, then went back up to like 40s and 50s, and then it kind of declined, then went back up. It's like a roller coaster the whole time. And then, obviously right before I left Twitch, I was averaging probably 35 or so. But I was thinking about YouTube only because obviously their 70-30 split is better than Twitch's 50-50 split. And then there's an actual incentive for me. I like goals, man. I'm a business person in real life, so I have to set goals. And the thing is with Twitch, I'm an affiliate, right? I never did get to partner. I got really close, but it's like, what is the incentive for me to reach partner? Well, Twitch took that out. There's nothing to work towards. The difference between the partner name and the affiliate name is nothing but some emotes, and that's it.
And the check mark.
Yeah, and a check mark. And I don't care about that. I want like there to be an actual solid incentive, or else I feel criminal for asking my chat saying, hey, you guys, put in that time, really watch me. And then they're going to obviously donate and throw money at me to help boost me to that level. Obviously, when one person donates, 10 gifted, then it encourages someone else to do the same. So it's like, I'd feel bad if I was like, we don't really have any goals. We're just kind of, streaming just for fun, just to kind of see what we do. I don't like that. I got to have goals. So YouTube offered me, the goal of reaching 70-30, along with now shorts are being able to make money. And I see that the thing that bugs me about YouTube, but it's also a good thing, is that they make moves, but it's so slow. But whenever they do make moves, it does seem like it's powerful and it's in the right direction. Versus Twitch will come out with 50 different, things in a month, and they all seem bad.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Sometimes they are pretty good, but for the most part, a lot of them are bad, and it just seems like there's no incentive. So the goals, that's one reason why I left. And another reason is, like I said, with my brain of I played nothing but adventure building crafting games. And a part of me will always love FPS and shooter games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, Apex, all those sorts of games. And on YouTube, since it's not a Kingsmanship over there, it doesn't matter if there's 100,000 people viewing the game. It doesn't matter how many people are viewing the game. I still have a chance at attracting people. I think you have a better chance of attracting people on a bigger game on YouTube than you do on Twitch, because just the way the algorithm works is completely different than Twitch. Like I said, Twitch, if you're a small streamer, it benefits you to play small games, and you kind of Pac-Man mentality, if you know the game, how he eats and gets bigger and bigger, or whatever. That's how Twitch is. So if you're a small streamer with, like, let's say 10 viewers, well, then you want to play a game where 10 viewers, you'll be number one on that game. And then obviously you track some people over time, and then 15, and then 20, and then 25. And then that's how you grow on Twitch. Whereas YouTube, you can have 5 viewers and then play something like Fortnite, and then people just come into your chat, boom, 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 because it's got 100,000 people playing it. And you've made a very good thumbnail and a very good title, because those things go a long way with YouTube. So that was really kind of wanting to branch back out. I feel like YouTube gives me the ability to kind of play whatever I want, as long as I have good thumbnails, good titles, that sort of thing. So goals, and then the ability to kind of do what I want.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 reasons.
Yeah.
I kind of long explanation.
No, that's good though. I totally agree with you, because the way that the YouTube algorithm works, it recommends to people what they think that they'll like. So if I play a game and people come in because they've been like searching for that game, and then the next day I switch games, I play a completely different game, YouTube is still going to recommend me just to people that are looking for the same game. But Twitch is just like, okay, how many viewers does this person have? Okay, put them on the front page.
Right.
That's all there is to
it's very
Twitch.
Kingsmanship.
Yeah.
So and that's not bad. Like if I was only going to be an adventure building crafting streamer forever, the only problem is there's just not enough games coming out for that to kind of fulfill my brain. And so I kind of, there's a part of me that wants to play puzzleistic games like Zelda. There's a part of me that, but for small streamers, usually Zelda has 3, 4, 5,000 viewers. So in my eyes on Twitch, I'm like, oh, I have 20 viewers. That'll put me on like the 6th row. I can't play that. That's how my thinking is on Twitch. And so I'm like, that's not healthy. I should be able to play what I want. Yeah. So on YouTube, I'm able to do that. Now, I have my issues with YouTube. There's a few little things that bother me, but
okay, hold on to that thought, because I'm going to ask about that later.
But for the most part, I think that YouTube is really good with the overall engine of the way discoverability is found. And I think that, and I'm just primarily talking about only streaming, the streaming aspect, because I've played games like Fortnite and had tons of people, and I also played Valheim on YouTube. Didn't really have that many people. So I think the more popular a game, the better chance you have. That's just what I see on YouTube, which is I like that. So
yeah, I thought the same thing as you. Like, oh, I can't play this game. When I was on Twitch, I'm like, oh, I can't play this game because there's too many people playing it. But on YouTube, that doesn't really matter, because I mean, I played Zelda on YouTube. Tons of people are playing Zelda. It's a huge game, but I was still getting recommended to people. And then because I looked so much stuff up about Zelda, I was getting recommended channels playing Zelda that had they were like really small channels. I remember there was this one channel I remember very clearly because it had 22 subscribers. And I was like,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
so YouTube recommended me this channel that had 22 subscribers. It must have been a brand new channel. So YouTube really doesn't care how big you are. They just care, what are people watching? Do you have the same type of content? Okay, we'll recommend you to other people.
Yeah, I do like that factor. It does seem a little bit more clean in terms of the way the engine works, like I said. So
And
I wish Twitch would adopt something like that, but I doubt they ever will. They're going to stick to their kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so too, because they just, I mean, well, they don't care because they know they can do whatever they want and people will just stay there regardless, because Twitch is just, the place that's known where people live stream games.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to kind of combat Twitch at the same time, because Twitch is not a bad platform. It's really not. If they just fixed probably 5 to 10 things, it'd be a perfect platform. But I have my issues with Twitch too, but it's just hard for me to badmouth them, because regardless of what anyone says, I do find that they are the most developed platform out of any of the platforms out there to stream on. TikTok or YouTube or Kick or whatever. They are the most developed. They've had the most time to develop. They have the most integration qualities. They just have a whole lot of things to offer. But the incentives to bring streamers over is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And that's the only thing that would really make me devoid from streaming on Twitch. Not just the incentives, but also the goals, which I guess it's part of the incentives, but also the games, the way the engine works. It needs to be tweaked and changed, but they're not going to do that. And that's the thing that bothers me about Twitch. But I still think it's a viable platform for a lot of people, but it's just, 50-50. And if you're trying to really grow as a streamer and then taxes after that, it's just, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, if we are talking about like purely the technical stuff, Twitch has that down. They've got all the fun chat stuff. Yeah, sure. Like all of that's great. But as like a company, and no, like they're not good for creators. But I also want to touch on something that you mentioned, which is about goals. So I think that on Twitch, there's this really big culture of like, oh, just go have fun, just go stream for fun. Like, there's a huge culture of like having no goals. And I think that's a really big problem for streamers, because they will just go stream for hours and hours on Twitch and do nothing else, and they won't grow, and they'll get upset, but they still won't.
That's a problem with society. I don't think that's a problem with Twitch. I think that's a people problem. I think a lot of people in general don't have any kind of aspirations. And even when they do have aspirations, they don't try to look at it in a realistic standpoint, and they don't set goals for themselves to try to reach those goals that they want.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be a millionaire, but no one wants to read a book. So it's like, you can't expect to just have it all, and not put in the work. So
that reminds me of a tweet I saw once that was like, nobody wants to have a channel with 1 subscriber, but everybody wants a channel with 100,000 subscribers. Nobody wants to stream to 0 viewers, but everybody wants to stream to 1,000 viewers.
Yeah, when Mr. Beast said that, he could basically start a YouTube channel up tomorrow and have millions of subscribers. Of course, everyone wants that. Everyone's like, oh, Mr. Beast, hit me up. I'd love to have a million. But like, if Mr. Beast gave them all instructions of like pinpoints of exactly what to follow to get to the million, I promise you half of the people would not do it.
Yeah.
They would just be like, can't I just buy the account? Can't I just, can't you just get the million and then me buy it? Most people would do that because they're just lazy. Most people are lazy at heart.
Yeah.
That's what I've discovered. Social media has ruined me with that, but most people are just like,
well, I definitely think it's exacerbated by people going out there and just being like, oh, just go stream for fun. Like, don't have any goals, just go stream for fun and don't expect anything out of it. And I think that's a big problem. I think we shouldn't do that. Like, I think I mean, this is going to be a lot of work, and you should have goals. You should have both short-term and long-term goals, because one thing I find too is that even when people have goals, they're just short-term. It's just like, oh, how many viewers did I get today? Like, oh, I tried YouTube for a week and I didn't get as many viewers as I did on Twitch, so I went back to Twitch. I'm like, that is very short-term
We
thinking.
live in such a short retention time. That's why. That's
instant
why people
gratification.
love and indulge into. People love TikTok for that reason, right there, because it's so short, and people, more and more people are leaning more towards short form than they are long form, because people's retention time. People can't sit and watch 10-minute videos anymore, hardly. So it's a sad thing. But the goals that you talk about, there's two different types of streamers. There's streamers that absolutely want this as like a business, and they want to grow it, with seriously and all that sort of thing. And then there's streamers that just don't. They're either not guided, they don't know, or they don't really care. That's the group that they're in. And obviously, people like, I've made videos over it, but Alpha Gaming has made videos over trying to lead, guide, and direct people into a better streaming habit and a better streaming world. But if those people don't, follow his recommendations, or, they don't listen to him, then they'll never get better. And most of those people, if they don't have that instant gratification of viewers, then they give up. It's just like anything. It's just like business or anything. I do business in real life, and it's a difficult thing. It's not one of those things that just come over in a few days. I wish it worked like that, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Money does not come overnight. Success doesn't come overnight. None of that. So those people just like instant gratification. It's just not going to happen. It's not realistic.
Yeah. So did you hear that, guys? You got to work hard for this. Make some shorts and TikToks. Got to grind.
Yeah. Yeah. And even if you don't stream on YouTube, you need to use YouTube, because YouTube is just such a powerful engine. I think it's probably the most powerful engine.
I agree. And I mean, when we say grind, we don't mean just like, oh, just grind out those streams, bro. Like stream 16 hours a day and you'll make it. We mean like do your research on stuff, make different forms of content, work with other creators. Like, I started a podcast. Now I have Cap on here, like work with other people, like always be growing stuff, like the best. Always be growing stuff, always be growing your content. Like don't just keep doing the same things over and over and expecting different results.
That's the definition of insanity.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. I just to touch on that briefly, but the people that stream, they always think that they can just stream and not make content or anything like that, and then blow up to 100 viewers. And it doesn't work that way. So even if you don't stream on YouTube, or you stream on Twitch, or you stream on Trovo, or you stream on Kick, doesn't matter. If you are not using YouTube in 2023, you might as well stop streaming. That's just what it is, because every good streamer knows that the growth is not done on stream. It is done off stream, even on YouTube, even on whatever. That's the main attractability. So actually make content on YouTube and get it going.
Yeah. I mean, if you notice, every single big streamer, like the biggest streamers, they also have a YouTube channel. Or if they're like on Twitch and they're only streaming, they used YouTube to get there. But at some point, every one of those big streamers that you want to be like used YouTube to get where they are.
Or they have multiple big channels. Like Tim the Tap Man has like 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just a cash cow once you get that big. So
yeah. Okay, so you mentioned goals and the ability to play whatever you wanted as 2 reasons that you decided to move over to YouTube. Were there any other reasons you decided to leave Twitch?
I mean, the goals is big, and also being able to play what I want is pretty big to me too, because obviously if you don't get to play what you want, eventually you're not going to have fun, I think. So I kind of started like playing the same games over and over and over again. Like it just got kind of boring. I played Valheim, Conan, Ark, and then I'd play like something else, like a Raft. I'd play those games, or The Forest. Those games basically in a loop over and over and over again. And then I just kind of got bored with that. I want to play some, I don't really want to play horror games, but I want to play, some shooter games, man. But I know as soon as I do that, my views will tank. So I don't want to, quote unquote, lose my community, from streaming wrong games, because as a small streamer, it's important on Twitch to stream the right games. So that's kind of why I left. I kind of got, I guess I'm not really burned out. Just got tired of playing the same games, I guess. I kind of wanted something different. So yeah, I've been streaming on YouTube now for like what, a month and a half, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It's been good. So I can't really complain.
So would you ever go back to Twitch?
The only way I would consider going back to Twitch is if, like I said, they fix the engine in and of itself, or they fix the encoder settings. That's something that a lot of people don't understand about YouTube. And after this video is done, I gotta talk to you about something.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret I don't know if you know about.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you know about it.
Okay.
Anyways, but YouTube's encoder settings are so superior that the 4K quality is crisp, and you cannot get that pretty much anywhere else. Like Twitch is so far behind to where they're 1080p. Everyone says, the 6,000 bit rate that Twitch allows you, right? That's a lot of bit rate. But for 1080p, it's not enough to cover 1080p unless you're playing a game that's like Mario or something, where it's like a still image and you have one thing moving, and that's it. If you're playing anything with multiple movement and you have like a whole character, like if you're playing Final Fantasy or Zelda or pretty much any game like Elden Ring, it's going to pixelate a little bit because 6,000 bit rate is not enough to cover 1080p. So this thing that aggravates me, and no one wants to watch a 720p. We live in 2023. I can't watch a 720p video at all. Like I won't. I'm a quality nerd. I will not watch it. But YouTube also suppresses people's videos too if you're not a big enough channel. But anyways, that's another thing. But YouTube, even with that suppression, is better with their bitrate quality and everything else like that than Twitch. So that's one big issue. If Twitch fixed that, I would consider going back. But like, I mean, and the 50-50 thing, I mean, that bothers me, but I'm a businessman outside of Twitch, so it's not like a deal breaker. If they just fixed a lot of their quality stuff, I'd probably go back, because my main thing with streaming is if you can't give your chat something to work towards, and then also the utmost amount of quality, then why are you streaming? Because it's, in my opinion, streaming is about the chat and the memories you make with your community. That's just me. I put them kind of first. And they're there to support you as the streamer no matter what. So if there's no goals to work towards, you're accepting money from them for no reason. You know what I mean? And so with Twitch, I found that after these last updates for the past few months, there's really no goals. There's no goal for me to work towards on Twitch. Yeah, I can make the goal of like, the abstract, oh, I'll get to 70 viewers, or maybe we can get that check mark, but that's, I don't know. That's not really ideal for me personally. So yeah, I think if they just changed the quality stuff mainly, I would probably switch back over.
Yeah. Modern games these days, like if you want to play a modern game, not like a retro game, they use so many resources.
Oh yeah.
That you have to have like the highest quality, or it's just like not gonna run.
Oh yeah. Even if you watch the biggest top streamers, Summit1G, XQC, or Doctor or whoever, not Doc because he's on YouTube, but Nick Merckx, whoever, if you watch them on Twitch and they play these games that are high speed, you'll see them pixelate, and they've got thousands of dollars worth of equipment. So
probably the best internet too.
Right. And so they pixelate. So what does that tell you? That no matter what, you're going to pixelate on 1080p. So that's not a problem with the streamer. That's a problem with the platform itself. And if they just upped it to like 1200 or even 1,500, it would change the world of Twitch, I think, me personally.
Yeah.
Obviously 50-50 would be terrible for, altogether. I don't know if I would necessarily switch from just that, but I mean, I would like to also see there be some sort of better incentivization. Is that how you say that? Yeah.
I don't know.
More
Is that a word?
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of said it.
Okay, it might be a word. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so were there any concerns you had moving to YouTube about YouTube streaming?
Yeah, I mean, when you've been around long enough, you know some of the implications and some of the things that happen within streaming before doing them yourself. So you kind of like I grew up from a family of like 8, so I'm the youngest of 8. So I've learned from everybody. I get to learn from everyone else's mistakes, so I don't have to make them. Well, in Twitch or streaming, it's sort of the same thing. I watch on social media of other people's stuff. So I've seen streamers on Twitch that have 100 viewers and they switch to YouTube for like a month and they all of a sudden have like 20 viewers on YouTube or 30 viewers. So it's like their community really, although they put out the at everyone's everywhere, they added everybody, they told everyone, there's really there at the end of the day, no matter what, 100% of your community will never follow you over. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Tim the Tatman or whoever. I think a good majority of your community might follow. When you're bigger, it's probably better. The proportion's probably better. But as you're, a smaller streamer and you're less anchored into the streaming world, I guess, I think that it's much harder to bring the majority of your community over. And so I think that if you have like 50, then you might have like 30. If you have, you're lucky to have half if you switch over. But there's I knew those warnings before I switched over. I knew that was going to happen. So I averaged 30, like I said, before I left Twitch, I had like 35 viewers. And then now I'm on YouTube and I have usually around 15 to 20 viewers is where I'm at. So, but I'm streaming kind of whatever I want. My community is there for me, and I'm happy. I'm content with where I'm at. And I really haven't, like I said, I haven't advertised anywhere. Haven't really. I might post my going live post, but like I haven't talked to people. I haven't messaged people on Discord. I haven't reached out to people. I haven't made any content on YouTube. I've just been streaming, and that's it. Windswept, she's my main mod along with Ocean. Ocean's been out for a few months now, so she might post like some shorts for me or something. But like that, I haven't really done anything because, like I said, I've been focusing on real life stuff. So now, if you added in all of that to the equation, if I really worked hard towards like advertising and talking to people, well, then yeah, I'd probably have 25 again or 30 again, close to where I was. But it's just going to take a minute to kind of build back up. And I don't really have the time to dedicate to outside streaming growth right now. So I'm just kind of having fun with my community and kind of relaxing, chilling, playing whatever I want. So
yeah,
that's where I'm at.
So speaking of your community, how did they react when you announced that you were moving to YouTube?
Well, at first, I'm sure you've seen all the news. Kick is very new and they are offering 95.5 and they are a lot like Twitch, but they've also had their problems too. So I actually added everyone in the community and it was kind of funny because it's so weird to me because I have a lot of people in the community. I think I have like almost 1,000 people total in my Discord. Obviously, that's not how many people are active. That's a whole different thing. But I added everyone. I said, "What do you guys think about me moving from Twitch to either YouTube or Kick?" And half of the people were like, "What is Kick? I've never heard of Kick. I don't even know what that is." And then some people are like, "Oh no, dude, it's so sketchy, bro. If you switch over, I won't watch you." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Thank you for your honest." Like, I wanted pure honesty. Like, and then half the people are like, "Yeah, you switch over to YouTube, I'll watch you. If you don't want to stream on Twitch anymore, we got you on YouTube. Blah blah blah, whatever." And so I was like, you know what? YouTube doesn't sound like a bad idea. I had streamed before deciding to actually dedicate and switch over completely. I did stream on YouTube, like on my off time sometimes with like Minecraft, stuff like that, just for fun. um, just to kind of get the feel for like a week or two of how the algorithm was and everything with streaming. And so I knew that not a lot of people were going to switch it. I knew that. I already knew that, but I just did it anyways because I liked the quality. And I had a goal to work towards. And I like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And what was the goal that you were working towards?
Partner. I'm
Partner.
still working towards that. Yeah, I'm almost there. I've got like 3,400 hours, I think. Or
Okay. Yeah.
something like
And you
that.
have the subscribers already.
Yeah, I've got 1.2, which most of those come from my from my content that I've made, you know.
Yeah.
So
So when you switched over to YouTube, you already had 1,000 subscribers, right? And
no, I actually
you
had like
didn't?
800. I know I
Really?
had like I think I had when I switched over full time, I think I had like right at 900 or 8, I think it was 870. I have a screenshot of it somewhere. I screenshot everything. Um, but yeah, I think I was at like 875, and then all of a sudden I started streaming, and then I got more subscribers with streaming and stuff too. So
Okay. Well, basically, when you moved over, you were already almost halfway to partner
yeah,
anyway.
I was already yeah.
Yeah. So then, so basically, what you're saying is a lot of your community was like, okay, I'll watch you whatever platform you're on.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
had some people that were saying that wherever you go, I'll follow, you know,
mhm.
and I respect those people. But then there were some people that were like, if you switch over to Kick, I'll never watch you again.
Yeah.
And then there were some people that, you know, obviously didn't say anything that, you know, I know are from Twitch. And then there's some people that were just like, you know, basically between Kick and YouTube, there was more people voting for YouTube than there were for Kick. So I decided to kind of, and I'd already streamed on YouTube, like I said before, I dedicated full time. So I was like, I might as well just give that a chance and not go to Kick, which is very unstable and not developed yet. So, you know, maybe in the future, if Kick is developed enough and it's got, you know, more functionalities and stuff than it does now, then maybe I'll switch over later. But as of right now, I'm going to just stick on YouTube and just
Yeah.
chill here. So,
So do you think a lot of people are going to be moving over to YouTube streaming?
um, right now in the current market, I think with Twitch, I think obviously Twitch is in third place with that. I think. Well, do I think YouTube will? I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I'm trying to think in my brain.
Yeah. Let me
Got
let
lost in
me
the sauce.
yeah, let me add some questions to
Okay.
some words to the question. So, do you think a lot of streamers that are not currently streaming on YouTube, do you think they're going to move over to YouTube soon from whatever platform they're streaming on right now?
I think people are more inclined to switch over to Kick right now.
Oh yeah? Why is that?
I do. Uh, because at the end of the day, people want to stream for money, and people want to stream for what they can achieve faster. So, like I said, the people have shorter retention times, and people chase the everyone wants to be the millionaire, but no one wants to be put in the work. So YouTube doesn't offer that. Everyone knows that when you start, you know, making content on YouTube or streaming, it takes a lot of work to get to partner and get incentivized to make money and monetized. Well, on Kick, right away, you know, pretty much affiliate, you can make money 95%. Not only that, but their marketing team has been better than Twitch and YouTube combined on social medias with promoting things like, oh man, Steak Eddie just dropped $500 on my, you know, that's very attractive to a lot of younger audiences and stuff. You know, think about like, yeah, I'm 26, but maybe there's an 18-year-old that is struggling to make bills or something. And he's looking at his options saying, well, Twitch is making 50-50, YouTube's making 70-30, and I got to put in a lot of work. But then I've got Kick over here that's 95.5, pretty much no work, instant gratification. So that's kind of the world that you have to kind of look at it through. And I think that people are more inclined to switch from platform to Kick right now. I don't, I'm not going to Kick, but I have different intentions with my streaming than other people. I've been established with streaming for a while, and I don't really ever plan to give it up, even if I have two viewers. I'm going to stream forever because I genuinely like to do it. I like to talk to people. So, um, I think just people right now, the biggest incentive is to switch over to Kick right now.
Yeah. I haven't really thought about that before, but I think you're right. I think if somebody wants to be like just a streamer, they're more likely to go to Kick. But if somebody wants to be more of like a, they want to post other content, offline content, VOD content, long form content, short form, what have you, I think they're more likely to go to YouTube. But people do see that partner requirement on YouTube, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, and that immediately scares them off.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about it like this. So, like I told you earlier, you have two different types of streamers: the people that don't know what they're doing, or they're just now getting into it and they don't know what they're doing, or the people that are streaming for fun. And then you have people that are streaming for purely, really trying to grow into being a professional streamer, and they're trying to make money in a business, being, establishing their brand through their business along with streaming. So the people that are just now switching over, the people that are just streaming for fun or they don't know what they're doing, when they look at all three, platforms to stream on, well, they're going to look at Twitch because it's the most developed. Their friends are probably on Twitch, and it's the most known platform. So they're likely to switch to that, to go to Twitch first. If you're a new streamer, you're likely to go to Twitch first. That's just what it is. I don't make the rules, but I just, I notice these things. So because it's got the most to offer for your chat and stuff. And a lot of these people that make content on YouTube, whenever you go to content to figure out how to make your streams better and stuff, most of those people promote their stuff through Twitch. Most YouTubers, like you said, have Twitch channels. So, anyways, and then you have your professional streamers that are really looking for business and stuff. Well, then they're going to look at things and say, well, how can I make the most of my streaming career? Well, Kick is offering quite a bit of incentives now. So let me either YouTube or Kick, and let me look at the 70-30 split that YouTube has to offer, but I have to really work hard towards that to get the 4,000 hours and the 1,000 subscribers. And for some people, that's like a 1,000-mile journey for some people. And then Kick, it's like, well, I can do that in like a week. It's just two different worlds. And I agree with YouTube making it easier with the whole 500 subscriber thing and the 3,000 hours of watch time. I think they switched to.
Yeah, it's like when you get to,
though, right?
Yeah, if you get to 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, you unlock the fan funding options, which are like the channel memberships and the super chats and super stickers. So it's like the equivalent of
I must not have that.
Twitch affiliate.
Is that
do you have
everywhere? Is that world?
Yeah, do you have 3,000 hours?
Yeah, I've got over 3,000.
Yeah, you should be able to apply for it.
Well, maybe I should do that.
You should. You need to get those channel memberships. Yeah.
I didn't think it was everywhere. I thought it was just like in certain locations in the world. Okay.
No, you should be able to get it.
Well, I'll look into that after this podcast. Then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just the way that people think. I think right now the top platform is the most incentivized one, which is Kick. When people think about working hard, even if you told people, hey, YouTube's going to be more work, but you can make way more money than any other platform, people are still going to choose the easiest option to make money the fastest way, because people care about fast cash, not more cash, if that makes sense. And that's the way people's minds are. And it's sad, but people are lazy. People are just lazy.
No, I found the same thing. Like, no matter how much I try to convince people to I don't even try to get people to just go to YouTube, because I mean, everybody's different. Everybody has a different platform they're happy with. But if somebody's not happy on Twitch, I try really hard to convince them to at least like look into YouTube, like at least consider it. And immediately I am told no, because of that partner requirement. And I mean, now they have that. I mean, I think they still call it partner when you get to the 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours, but you just don't get everything. You don't get the ad stuff. You only get the fan funding options. But even that's a lot for people. And Twitch affiliate is so easy to get. They will just run back to Twitch almost every single time.
Twitch affiliate And what's crazy to me is that I've seen people with a YouTube channel with like 500 subscribers or 600. Now, I don't know their watch time hours, but I see their subscribers. And then they switch over to YouTube or switch back to Twitch and they can't reach affiliate. But I'm like, bro, you're so close on YouTube. Just go
Yeah.
back, man. The 1,000 subscribers, I think for a lot of people, I think the 1,000 subscribers is harder than the 4,000 hours of watch time. For me, obviously, I've had a harder time with the watch time. Obviously, if I've met the 1,000 subscribers faster,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think just being consistent, but just it's the same thing as streaming in my head. It's just it's more work. Yes, you've got to. It's like cooking versus buying the food. It's more a little bit more work. You got to cook, but it's more. I think you get more out of YouTube. You get more incentives when completing that goal. So
Yeah, I agree.
I
I,
think
I
YouTube's more worth it than Twitch as far as business. But I think if you're just looking to have fun, I think that Twitch offers more as far as development and tools for your viewers.
yeah.
That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think that people who are on crap, I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, let me
Okay.
think about it.
I've had a few brain
Okay.
farts too.
Okay, so I think that people look at YouTube and like I try to tell people this all the time. I'm like, YouTube is a long game. Like I could post something and for an entire day, literally entire day, like I could send you screenshots, literally an entire day, that thing will be completely dead. All of a sudden, like I'm sleeping, wake up the next morning, check my YouTube, all of a sudden it's got like 1,000 views.
Oh yeah.
But I think streamers especially have a really big issue with like this instant gratification because you go live and you see how many viewers you get, and that's all you care about when you're a streamer. But I think if you make more like offline content, it's easier to kind of see that it's a long-term thing. Like you can't just get immediately hundreds of viewers all at once, like as soon as you hit go live.
Yeah, it boils down to people's mindsets and people being lazy. That's what it really boils down to. Because I do think YouTube overall is a better option. Now, like I said, I have my issues with YouTube. There's a few things that I'm just like, I know for a fact they could kind of fix, but I don't necessarily think that they will. But I hope that they do in the future.
Like what?
So first of all, the DMCA thing, I think it's a bit much. I think it's a bit strict. I think they could definitely tone that down just a little bit. Because even non-copyright music a lot of the times gets copyrighted. So um, it's just kind of annoying with that, having pretty much not every video get copyrighted. Obviously, I haven't gotten striked, but you get copyright claims on your videos, and it kind of sucks. It's disheartening to put in all that work and then have to redo it all. And then the second thing is that what was it? The integrations. And I read into this. YouTube does not have a very good, I guess, API or UI, whatever, for integrations. They don't have a whole lot of integrations. Now, I've made channel points. I've gotten that from a whole nother system. I've implemented that onto my YouTube page for channel points for people to redeem sounds and stuff like that. But I had to really work hard to find that. Now, I read into why integrations are so difficult on YouTube versus Twitch is that on Twitch, you can make the API and you don't have to really get approval from the company or anything. And I think you do, but it's like very easy to make for their platform. And also, like everything gets pretty much approved. Versus YouTube, you can send in an approval request, but like half the time it gets denied. And they're very strict on integrations. Like they don't really want a whole lot of extra stuff on their platform. So
that explains a lot.
When I was reading into integrations, like there was a few developers that were like, yeah, I really wanted to make this integration for YouTube for something. I think it was like something kind of like Twitch had, but they couldn't do it because it kept getting shot down from YouTube. Like YouTube was like, no, we want it. We want it our way, you know, specifically. So I think they're a little too strict when it comes to, you know, the DMCA strikes and then the integrations. I think if they loosened up, I think it would be better. I'm not saying to copy Twitch. I think they could even run and do their own thing, their whole set of integrations themselves, or hire a team to make their own integrations. Don't even call it channel points, call it YouTube points or something or whatever, and have like just a way for people to, like, that's been a thing forever. Even Mixer had that, to where you could upload sounds and stuff for your viewers to have things to do for them. Instead of having to do a browser source every time, you can have it actually on the platform itself. I think that's just nice for viewers, you know, because although YouTube offers by far a better viewing experience than Twitch, like the quality is way better than Twitch or any other platform out there. Sitting there and watching sometimes for viewers, especially like I said, we live in a small retention world. Sometimes just watching is not enough. And I don't care how entertaining of a person you are. I can sit there and like laugh and goof and talk the whole time. Sometimes your viewers just get bored and they want stuff to do. And the whole exclamation gamble stuff, like those little what is it, cloud bot or whatever, that crap sucks. Like, let's just be honest. I would like to actually have like imagine pulling up like clicking a button and then Pac-Man pops up in your chat and you can like play Pac-Man with other, you know, just like a small distraction while I go, you know, get food or use the restroom or something like that. During a stream would be perfect to be able to add into your chat, or like ping, you know, pong or whatever, you know, bouncing the ball back. I think that sort of thing would be cool for YouTube to adopt, but they're just really strict on integrations and DMCA. And that's the kind of thing that disappoints me a little bit, but luckily I have viewers that watch me for me. So
yeah, that's really interesting about the integrations, because I didn't know that, but I mean, I definitely noticed it's really hard to get anything on YouTube that I have
integrations.
Yeah. Like, I can't get
channel points, but it's like it's not the same.
Yeah, like
it works, but
I can't get anything that I got on Twitch that I can't get anything on YouTube that I got on Twitch. And even when I try to like do charity events with my friends, it's like, oh, that's not set up for YouTube.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was that YouTube, you know, just wasn't there yet in their live streaming stage, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just they're just very strict on their development, like you said. So I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, you know, YouTube makes very good moves. I have to give that to them. Twitch makes 100 moves and like 60 of them are bad within a month. But YouTube will take like a whole year to make one move, and it's like, come on, bro, father time, hurry up, you know. But when they do make a move, it's usually a very good and impactful move. So hopefully they'll get better with that. Hopefully their team on streaming will actually really focus more towards that. Because I really do think that, which I've heard rumors that I've heard from a lot of blogs and stuff, that people say that streaming in and of itself, like as a company, doesn't make a whole lot of money, which I don't know how true that is, but I wish that it would still take time and push more developers and more things towards the platform to obviously make it into a more healthy state. Because if they're already spending time with server costs, with, you know, upping the ante to, you know, 20,000 bitrate or 50,000 bitrate, whatever their mark is at. So I think the least they can do is, you know, work on the things for the viewers, for the community itself. Because I think streaming is good, but even if you have the best quality, even if you're the funniest streamer, I think that if you have no sort of chat, imagine if there was no memberships or anything, I think that would limit the viewer quality side. So I think that it's important that we add in enough things for our viewers to enjoy the experience themselves too, not just for the streamer. So
yeah, I completely agree. And also, YouTube, can you please change the name of live redirect? It's a stupid name. Raids is a bit much better. I mean, you don't have to use the word raids, but live redirect is that's not a name anybody likes. Please also change that.
I was going to ask you about that. Can anybody raid out, or is that only a partner thing?
You have to have 1,000 subscribers, but I don't know if you have to be partner.
I'm gonna have to get with you on that. I mean, I have
Yeah,
1,000
we'll look at.
subscribers, but I have not set up anything
Okay.
with YouTube yet.
Yeah, we'll
So,
take a look because I know you have 1,000 subscribers, so I'm not sure if you can do that. I don't know if you have to have partner. I just know you have to have 1,000 subscribers. So like I can't rate out yet.
because like over on Twitch, like I rate it out after every stream. Because
Yeah.
that's just what I do. I don't care. A lot of people say it's bad, but I don't care. I think it helps people out. So
Yeah, it's just a fun thing to do. I mean, I people, that's another reason a lot of people wouldn't even come to YouTube, is because they're like, well, they don't have raids, they don't have hosts. Well,
I don't think that's a big
Twitch doesn't have hosts anymore anyway, but yeah. I mean, well, it was like a big thing that people told me, is like, well, they don't have the stuff that like Twitch has, and they don't have raids. And I mean, they do now, but you know, back in my day, we had to walk uphill to school both ways in the snow on one foot.
And we did last us 6 years.
And we didn't have raids on YouTube.
Yeah.
But now we have them. There's more restrictions. So yeah, there are more restrictions on them than Twitch has. But they do have them. I mean, if everybody just left Twitch and came to YouTube, you could have a lot more raids.
That's true. I guess it's my only problem with YouTube is that they're a bit strict. I wish they would kind of loosen up on some stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's their overall downfall and problem with things. The requirements, I think, is set at a perfect limit. I think that adding in the 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours watch time, I think that was perfect. Yeah, but as far as like the overall strictness, it's just that's what makes people get discouraged. Like when they see copyright claim after copyright claim, and there's tons of sites out there that say, oh, we have non-copyright music, but then when you try to upload that with a video, it gets flagged. So it's like, it just makes it difficult. I think I've even had like an Alpha Gaming Stream Beats song get flagged before. I'm like, bro,
yeah,
he literally said himself it's non-copyright. So I don't know. It's just that's just something I wish they would fix. But like I said, the overall streaming experience is great, but they need to work on the viewer interface for the audiences, because I think it's a little bit plain.
Yeah,
it's a little bit boring for them. So
completely agree. All right. Well, I'm out of questions. Do you have anything else that you would like to bring up, discuss, or ask me anything?
No.
I
don't think so.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
I like YouTube though. It's not
okay.
Bad. I'm gonna stick it out for a little bit.
Okay.
We'll see.
Cool. Well, thank you for watching another episode of Twitch Bad, YouTube Good. Cap.
Twitch okay. YouTube good.
Cap,
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Not there yet.
Oh, you'll get there. Okay, so Cap, will you do a little plug of yourself? What are you playing these days? I'll have all of Cap's links below, but feel free to promote yourself or whatever you'd like to promote.
You know what? Let's promote this podcast. How about you guys who are watching, like and share this video?
No, you're supposed to do it for yourself.
Post it on Twitter, post it on Instagram, post it everywhere, and blow Rebecca up because she deserves the love.
This was okay. You know what? We have this problem every time I've asked you to promote yourself. Every single time you try to help other people. This is becoming a real problem.
I don't need it.
Every time I'm like, no, stop helping other people. This is for you. This is becoming a real problem, Cap.
Yeah, but imagine if let's say Mr. Beast watches this video and he sees me at the very end. He skips to the very end and just sees me plugging myself, right? And he goes to my channel and I blow up, but I blow up because of this video. But then that wouldn't be right, I'd be like, no, Mr. Beast, you need to check out Rebecca. You send her the 1 million subscribers, okay?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Okay, so since you won't do it, I'll do it. Okay, guys, please go check out Captain Clutch. I'll have all his links below in the description. He is on YouTube now, so go watch him on YouTube. Watch his content, watch his streams. Very, very easy since you are watching this on YouTube or maybe Spotify, but most likely you're watching it on YouTube. So very easy since you're on the same platform. Just go check Cap out. And please also watch the other episodes that Cap was in, which was building a community and how to stay positive as a streamer and content creator. I will have those links also as well. And also please let us know what you thought in the comments, or if you have any questions for me or Cap, please leave them below. We would be happy to answer. Even if it's about Twitch being good, we would be happy to answer and argue with you as well.
Always willing to help someone.
Always willing to help somebody. As you can see, Cap won't even promote himself. I had to do it. I had to do it for him. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening and or watching. Cap, thank you so much for being here. Guys, we will see you in the next one. Bye.